Hi, you guys are going to be writing a paragraph, an argumentative paragraph, about all the information you've learned in Miss Brick's class or in Mr. Morris's class. You have two argumentative prompts that you get to pick from. What impact did 9/11 attacks have on our country, its people, and how does it continue to impact people today? Or you can pick what are the most important conflicts/events that contributed to the 9/11 attacks. You get to pick one or the other. Then you're going to put your claim, which is what you're going to start your sentence with, either this or that, here. And your first reason that led to either the attacks happening or how it's impacted our country, and information, 2 to 3 sentences here. Reason number 2 needs to be a sentence, and 2 to 3 sentences here. Reason number 3 needs to be a sentence, and 2 to 3 sentences here. And finally, a 1-sentence conclusion. And don't forget transition words that make the whole thing flow. So here's what I mean by that. So I wrote a paragraph about the Revolutionary War. Okay, so let's just pretend I'm doing that instead of 9/11, but the same rules apply. Here we go. Here is my first sentence. Here's my claim. There were many important things that led up to the Revolutionary War. That's my claim. Now the rest of my paragraph has to give 3 examples as to why. Here's my first one. The French and Indian War is my first reason. And then here are my transition words. I'll read them all together. The French and Indian War in 1754 was an important event that led up to the Revolutionary War because it cost the colonists a lot of money for a war they didn't fight in. After the war in which France and England fought over America, England handed the bill to the colonists to pay for it, and they were mad they had to pay for it. So I've just given you a reason and some evidence, and I have transition words that make everything flow together. As you can see, I have the who, what, where, when, why, and how in that. Now let's go to my second reason, the Boston Tea Party. And then, of course, my transition words, which strings everything together and lets everything flow, was another thing that caused the war because it was about high taxes and a popular drink. In 1773, a bunch of upset colonists dressed as Native Americans and dumped a lot of tea into Boston Harbor to fight against high taxes from England. In return, the soldiers went from house to house, invading colonists' rights, looking for the men involved. Who, what, where, when, why, how? It's all there. And my transition word for my last reason, finally, linking everything together with the theme. And here is my final thing. Many English soldiers were here in America forcing the colonists to follow the rules of the English king. They could not fly flags other than the ones from England, and they could not have their own newspapers. This made the colonists very angry. Who, what, where, when, why, how? These things together caused the Revolutionary War to happen, and America would change forever. So let's go back and see if it fits into our template. We have our claim in blue. I have my first reason in red. I have my first reason in orange, my second reason in red, and my third reason in purple. And of course, that green is just my conclusion. You do not have to use the colors. I'm just showing you what it looks like when you break it all up. Okay? I hope this is helpful, and this is what you're going to need to do for your final writing project on 9/11. All right, thanks.